Welcome to this Standards Committee Joint Assessment Subcommittee. The first item on the agenda is the election of the chair. I understand that members would like Parish Councillor Rawlings to chair the meeting. Is that agreed? Thank you, members. I'll hand over to the chair.
Thank you, Fiona, and thank you, members, for that, for continuity, since it's the same thing. It seems to be a follow-on from our October meeting, and I'm happy to chair the meeting on that basis. The first item on the agenda that we need to do then is declaration of interest. Could I ask anybody to declare any interest that relate to today's agenda that do not already appear on your declaration? I take that there's no declaration of interest. I have set pattern on these things, sorry, but I always say that should you feel uncomfortable at any time during the meeting, you feel that the conversation has gone down a direction where you need to declare, then please interrupt and please make that declaration at that time. The third item on the agenda then, exclusion of the press and public. What I would hope to do here would be to take the report, the public report, as normal, but hold the option to go into private session at a later part of the meeting, should conversations go that way. It's my view that we can't address this item without going into private session, and is everybody quite content with that? So therefore, we've considered the item for item number 4, Code of Conduct complaint against received in respect to the City of York Councillor, on the grounds that it contains information relating to an individual. This information is classified as exempt under paragraph 1 of section 12A, schedule 12A of section 100A of the Local Government Act, as amended by the Local Government Assessment of Access to Information Variation Order of 2006. So should we need to, and I believe that we will, we'll go into private session at an appropriate time. Whilst I take the report though, which I think, Jamie, I'm asking you to do a quick précis on the report that's been received. As doing the report, I would just remind members to be careful about questions that are asked, and the questions may be more appropriately asked in private session. Thank you very much. So item 4, the report. Jamie, thank you.
Thank you, Chair. As you will recall, as the Council's monitoring officer, I received a complaint in respect of a City of York councillor. At the outset, I asked for an assessment subcommittee to be convened to ascertain whether an investigation should take place in respect of that complaint. The assessment subcommittee agreed that an investigation should take place. That has now concluded, and I have therefore, so as to ensure consistency for all concerned, asked for this assessment subcommittee to be reconvened to consider the investigator's findings. I ensured at all time that the investigator had all of the resources available to her so that she could undertake the inquiries as were necessary in order to take a thorough investigation in respect of the complaints that had been received. There are 3 options available to the assessment subcommittee this afternoon. The first option is to find that the draft report is incomplete and requires further investigation work. The second option is to rule that the report is complete and you accept the findings that are in the recommendation. And the third option is to report that the report is complete, but the finding itself is not accepted. And on that basis, the subcommittee will be able to consider further action at that period of time. Unless I'm able to assist any further, Chair.
No, I'm quite happy with that. I don't have any questions which I feel comfortable in public session, but other members, anything you'd like to ask at this stage? Then I do think there are a number of questions to ask on the report, which is confidential. So I would ask that we go into private session as previously agreed, please. Richard, could you confirm when that goes?